Hurry, put gas in it. Put gas in it, you can go get it, you can bark at it some more. Watch this. He's gonna go nuts when I start. You ready? You ready? You ready? Here we go. Ready? %battery, this ain't gonna run long. Anyway, we're gonna hone this cylinder here. Make a mess here, holy moly. Okay, I think I'm done honing. I need to go get my mic. I'm not sure if I can go to 8.5 or not. I have to open those boxes Dean Schatz sent me. He sent me a bunch of large micrometers. So anyway, it had some pretty good rust here. You can still kind of feel it, but it is what it is. Till it ain't no more. Anyway, I'll just have to live with it. And I walked out there and I looked at one of those other barrels. That other U-blade I got's got a ram on it. I'm thinking maybe I'll just go get that one and tear it down. I hate the thoughts of tearing it down, but get it apart, tear it down, and if the barrel's in good shape, I'll just use that barrel and the head. There's no rust in it. It's a dirty shame they left this lay on the ground and get water in it. Dirty shame. So I may have wasted my time here, but I guess I know what I have now. I have an 8.5-inch diameter piece of crap. Now they make a 30 oversized kit for it. The guy at some point could go 30 over. They used to make 60s. I did a cushion hitch cylinder 60 over and honed it out with my hone. Boy, that took a long time. Trying to get this other tilt cylinder apart, see if the barrel and the head are good. And I've got the head free, but I can't make the guts fall out. Do you think that'd come screaming out of there? I gotta figure out how the hell to get this to come off. There's just really nothing to hit on. You start beating on these, you're folding them over. They're lead. I'll figure something out. So, this is what happens. You go buy an old piece of equipment. It's been sitting for a long time. Now the hoses on this weren't undone, but that seal's garbage up here. It's split. It was covered in oil. If your seals are bad, oil out, water and dirt right back in. So it looks to me like what happened is water went in and went right there. Rusted the shice out of it. So I poured some hydrochloric acid in there and let it sit around the piston. That was really bad. It's ate a lot of it off, got the worst of it off. Just when you think you're just gonna go get a barrel Sunday morning, tear it down, clean it up, give it a light hone, use the head, clean that all up, put it together, and put it on your dozer blade. It ain't happening. It ain't gonna happen. So, I don't know. I gotta sit down and think about this. Alright, I'm fixing to do something stupid. I'm not gonna be anywhere near that when I do this. I'm gonna be in the shop on the throttle lever. I cannot get that thing to break loose. So, turn the air off. Set the camera up right here. So I got 2 bolts in the head. They should slam up against them. Alright, let's go find out. Alright, that's 175 pounds and dropping now. I turned it off. Obviously didn't budge. That didn't do squat, kids. Okay, now what? Somebody does not want Jeff to win, but I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I don't care what. All right, let's do something stupid. Let's put this 175 to that ram and go bang on it. What do you think? Would that be really dumb? Probably. I used to be 175 pounds on it all night. Wow. That's just plumb scary, Gary. Did I turn the compressor on and go 200? What do you think I should do? Should just pop out. I've never seen one stuck like that. I mean, the top of the bore, it just had a couple of rusty spots, no big deal. Had the backhoe here, I'd try to pull it apart, or dig a hole and put it in a hole, and then put dry nitrogen to it till she come apart. Damn thing. Damn thing. Okay, so what I did is I stood it up at the back of the truck and then hit it with a sledge, and it went down in, so I think I broke it free. So we're gonna try the air thing again. Yeah, that ain't working. Must be not enough pressure. Oh, came out. Came out of ways. All right, here's my strategy. I got it anchored to this arm. Got a chain around here and a pin there. I let the barrel down and it catches out here because it can't go far enough that way. That was as much as I could get the forklift corkscrewed in here. So plan is, now that I got the straps on both sides, is to lift even. That way it might come out. Anyway, if it lifts the arm up, I can take a sledgehammer and hit the arm. So I don't know. Wish me luck, man. I tell you what. got about an inch to go. See, the head is right down on the piston, but it's about an inch before that first seal comes out. So I have no idea why that stuck so hard, because I cleaned that upper end. This distance here, I cleaned inside, so that seal's on good clean material. So why is it stuck? So I put that valve I got on there and it'll suck it in. And I thought, well, I'll just push it back and forth, but it gets stuck so tight up front, this won't do it. Now it'll go in, maybe. I don't know. See? Piece of cake. I wonder if I could push it out with this. What do you think? I'm getting tired of this shit. Nope. Not gonna do it. Got to be difficult the whole way. The whole way it's just got to be difficult. What do? Do I take the head off and blow it out? See how far it goes? What's the worst that could happen? I don't think I want to be here when I do this. I should go turn the air off on the compressor, drain the hose and do it from the shop. What do you think? Or just hit this one. Oh, that was good, man. That was awesome. Hey. Jeff wins. Oh, that was awesome. All right, I got my head back. It's got the wear sleeve in there. Put the two seals in. And now I got this all cleaned up. You take emery paper and go around the outside and you rough it up. Go inside the bore and rough it up. And then I take a paper towel with some acetone on it and clean all the residue till it's absolutely clean. And then I'm using a Loctite 620 retaining compound, and this will hold the seal in. If you don't do this, the seal ain't gonna stay put. It just isn't going to. Try this on the side. Sure, do it. Let me do that. It's not it. Okay, look at this. Exact size. See, so you get a pattern on this. There's no way to set it right now. There's no way to set it right now. Right, friends. Come on. So we'll get that little keyword. It's too nice and heat to the head. Not super hot today. Look at the sunshine. Like keyword. You did a super job of packing this, Andy. A super job. Like that. Now just tape that on. Jeez, that's heavy. Ooh, that's heavy. I got my bib stuck in there, so it's not going on. So we're dead in the water. The seal kit came with this massive, large, thick O-ring. It's a, look here, 8 jack 4386, and the D9H parts book calls for a 1 jack, I can't remember the number, but I called them and they stock it, so he's going to put it in the call window. I'll have Matt pick it up. Just gonna use the heat gun to warm it up. Heat them up, 120 degree sink water. They do pretty well. Getting them on. If you don't do that, it's gonna stretch it in one spot and it's not gonna ever return. Maybe now, huh? Oh yeah, look at that go. Come on, baby. There you go. Oh dang, it's on. Alright, that cooled off? Yep. Kind of cool that piston's a taper fit, so when you put the head on, it's just a nice easy taper. Well, I got to get the compressor out, that 45-pound impactor if I'm going to do it. Tighten this hog up. So that ain't really gonna work. So I'm probably gonna have to get somebody to come down here and stand on that while I impact. Alright, forgot to turn the camera on. I had Jake come down and we put the 1-inch drive ratchet in there and he held on it while I finished banging it on. So this square's not a inch, 1 inch. It's like 1.25 inches, something. Anyway, a long time ago, a guy sent me a giant 3-foot long extension that would fit in that hole. But I don't have an adapter. I gotta get an adapter to use it. This is the first time I've actually needed it. So I put it in there, but I had no way to attach the ratchet on the other end. And I thought, well, I could get a pipe wrench and put on it, but I didn't know if that would hold it. So anyway, I didn't ever think I'd use that extension. It weighs about 30 pounds, but I found a use for it. Anyway, so I'll take this in the shop tonight. And then Matt's gonna pick up my O-rings in the morning. I can put those on, put this thing in. All right, so Matt brought me my seals this morning and I've got those on. So this had an oversized barrel head seal on it. And so I've gone ahead and put the O-ring in the backup ring in the groove and the oversized head seal. That's going to guarantee that it's not going to leak. In case inside this barrel where that seal goes, it's messed up. That head ring seal pinching this taper here and seal it up. So I've got it cleaned out. I think I'll go ahead and try to assemble it in here. I'll just use the overhead crane. See if I can get it in the barrel. There we go. So I'll get the crane over here and hook it up and bring it back when we get ready to stuff her in the hole. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta lube the inside of that barrel up with some hydraulic oil. We're a go for insertion, Houston. Come on, stop. Get in there. Okay. That's not fitting real well. It's like the last one. Tighter than a pulls you know what. Gotta go in straight, yeah. There you go. Ooh. Why it's gotta be such a pain, I'll never know. They always gotta go hard, don't they? Whew, I hear do you hear that? Do you have ringing in your ears? I have ringing in my ears. I'm gonna go get the bolts cleaned up and probably use a couple bolts on each side to push that head in. Make sure the seal's gonna line up. All right, so I was on the phone while I tightened this up. I put 2 bolts in and just pulled the head in. It went in piece of cake. So now what I got to do here is kind of seize the rest of the bolts, and I'm running dangerously low on the silver stuff. And I had an old one over there, but it's been opened, so it's junk. Anyway, don't know if I'm going to be able to scrape up enough to do this, but we'll give it a whirl. It's kind of interesting. These bolts don't say cat on them, and they're not. I don't really know that they're the raised head ones. They're LEs. I know a lot of cat bolts that say cat on them also say LE. I don't know who that is, but it must be their supplier, whoever is manufacturing their bolts. but I don't know why they don't say cat on them. I quit it. Man, this sucks. Those fittings on, adapters, and then screw the O-ring to JIC fittings on, plug them, cap them. I sure do love those caps and plugs you sent me. I forgot to write your name in the box. Actually, I think it is in the box. I have to go see. Anyway, what a super deal. I've used them out there on the tilt cylinder hoses, the new ones I put on to keep them clean. Anyway, that was awesome. Thank you, sir, for that. Also, I wanted to show you something. So Dean Schatz over in Gillette sent me that. Holy cow, I can mic my head now, Dean. Look at the size of that. And then this one. Holy moly. It's never been used, never even been opened. Still got the paper on it. It's huge. 18 inch. 12 to 18. And this one is 20 to 24. It's got a dial on the end of it, and then all those rods. Boy, that's something you want to be careful with. Precision stuff. That is huge. Absolutely huge. Thank you, Dean. All right, I got this baby out here and up, and I think I got 5 shims in there. So I'm going to tighten down some bolts, see what I got for slop, see if I've got too many or not enough. Remind me to, I'm gonna go put this cardboard in the van trailer so I have it if I ever have to pull some shims out or add shims, whatever. I'm gonna be pulling them out. You won't be adding them. No, I'm not putting anti-seize on these because they get full of grease. Packed full of grease. And I'm short 1 bolt. So I guess I'm gonna find out if we got a stripped out hole or I just need another bolt. Okay, we're ready to see if it's gonna line up for the hole. Close. How lucky is that? That don't happen very often. Put a cylinder together, bolt it up there, drop it in, it goes in. That is amazing. All right, so now we got to get the hydraulic lines hooked up here. 13/16 is dumb as some of the metric stuff. They ought to just get rid of 13/16. It's retarded. Alright, so I've got that ram on. Pin went right in the hole. That was absolutely amazing. Lined up perfect. Didn't have to pick up the arm, nothing. This one I got to pick up the arm. I've got the diagonal braces in here. Once I get this pin in, I'll block that arm up, and I'm gonna have to get rid of these blocks to be able to put this in. We're in. We're out of whack. That pin went in, and not the other one. We're not being lined up. That looks good. Okay, this one's adjustable, but I think the blocks are messing me up, and then I gotta raise this, I gotta swing this arm in and out. So I picked this arm up and swung it out till the pin went through the hole, but I can't get this link hooked up quite yet. Just lack a little teeny bit, but that's because of this block. So tomorrow I'll get the crane going and pick up on this arm, and that'll tip the whole blade face forward. It'll pull the ram out. That should stay put. And then we'll get all that hooked up and get these blocks out of here. Flip that block up. And then the tractor should fit in it when I drive in. It's quitting time, man. I'm pooped. Been going at this all day. I'm plumb wore out. So I'll see you mañana. All right, so it's been 1,000 degrees today. I think it's going to be 1,250 degrees tomorrow. I've got this up on blocks. All those are free out from under the blade. Anyway, I got a bag of cotter keys big old cotter keys to go through there. And then these pins under there, what I like to do is go get a bolt, big long bolt, double nut it, and then take a hammer and mash the threads over it. They seem to last pretty well. You know, we work in a lot of rock and stuff, and if you back drag her at all or rocks come under there, it tends to break them off, wear them out. So blade's basically finished. Track frame I'm hoping will be ready Tuesday. My cat dealer has it. The diagonal brace needed bored, and then the piece out there on the outboard bearing. Let me walk over there and show you. Where the track frame sits in here, it's all messed up on one side. It's been welded on before, you can tell. And what I did is I took the cap off this side and I took it down to him because it was a good cap, had never been messed with. And they had the bolt holes all welded up. They looked really good, and they had the bar set up, and they had the track frame on some metal blocks on the floor, and they had string lines set up, and Cat provides them with the procedure to line bore this stuff. And so they said they had it within 11 thousandths, which is probably for this old thing is really good. But what they're going to do is get the cap on, and then they're going to weld this hole up too, along with the diagonal brace hole in there, and bore them both straight. And that should give me a good surface to bolt it down to. See, really there's supposed to be some shims under here, so they'll cut the hole the way the size of the factory had it, and then leave room for some shims. So you torque it down to a certain torque, and then you measure, and then you put X amount of shims in, minus X amount. Anyway, so I went down today and brought the cap and looked at it and talked to them. And they ordered another cap. This one's bad. And so it's coming from Wisconsin, and they'll have that Tuesday. But I told them to take the cap I took off this side, go ahead, bolt it down, and bore it with this track frame saddle. And then we'll leave that cap with that track frame, and I'll put the new one over here, because these caps are not side specific. Now there is a keyway in here. On this side, the keyway is going to be up front, and if you take the cap to the other side, I think it's in the back. So today I didn't really work on the cap. We've been having some big problems with the 336. Some crazy electrical gremlins, and so I've been talking to Mike Cole, and he's been helping me with it through, he calls me through Instagram. And thought we had them all whipped yesterday, but it took a fit tonight, Matt said, and did a bunch of crazy stuff. So in the morning, we're going to get the water tanker and go over and clean out the radiator and clean all the dust and dirt off of it, and check the battery connections and a bunch of other connections, because it's going on about something about voltage. I can't remember what Matt said. And then I'll take the laptop over and hook up, see what kind of codes I've got. Anyway, it's just, you know, we've had zero problems with that machine until all of a sudden now, and it's just one thing after the other. So I haven't had time to do anything on this. There's a few little things I can do, but until I get the track frame back, well, I guess I could get, I need to get the new tracks rolled out, get them set up correct, and get them rolled out in the yard, so that when I get that track frame on, I'll just back them up on those tracks, and then we'll probably put one on at a time and then back up and get the other one. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video series. This has been a lot of work. I haven't been able to work on it every day, so it's drug on quite a while, and then having to get the boring done on the blade and the tractor has set me back quite a bit. So we are going to get it whipped. So anyway, thanks for watching.